welcome back to the Martial Consulting channel. My name is Emil Rost, and sorry for sitting on this couch and not knowing what to do with my legs right now, but I'm just gonna probably sit like this for this video. I hope you can see me properly. Anyways, in today's video, we're going to talk about what you should charge for your martial arts classes. I'm just gonna talk you through it, what I think is appropriate for this. Now, why should you trust me with some authority? I personally have never ran a dojo, so always take what I say with a pinch of salt. But I've been basically in this business space for over 3 years now, and I'm personally running an agency that helps martial arts school owners with predictable student acquisition. Don't worry, it's not a pitch right now, whatever. Just want to walk you through what I think is a good thing to charge for your martial arts class. Now, what I won't do in this video is to just say to you like, alright, you should charge Y or you should charge X for your martial arts classes per month or whatever. What I will do instead is that I'll just explain to you some concepts that you can basically use to determine yourself what you should charge for your martial arts classes. Obviously, the first thing we have to say here is the better your classes are, the more you can obviously charge. So if you're teaching shitty classes but you're charging a fuck ton of money for them, don't get too confused. Like, don't be too surprised if you don't get that many students, I would say. But I think that's pretty obvious, but I just want to get this off the back here straight up. Because the better your classes are, the more you can obviously charge. Now, where I think is most important here is that the more you basically charge, the better people are going to perceive the classes. So even though I've just said, yeah, if you have shitty classes but you charge a lot, people are gonna leave. It's true, of course, if your instructors are just shit and they're not friendly to your students, right? And you just teach shit, you don't know how to teach basically. So let's say I personally I've never done karate. So let's say I would teach a karate class now, right? I could charge whatever money for it, but I would just be shitty at teaching it, right? And people would notice it, people would leave. But in general, even if like you know your martial art, obviously, right? Maybe you're a black belt in it, whatever. You get my point. And if you then like just charge a lot of money for your martial arts classes, people are still going to perceive them as better, even though they might not be worth that much. And you might feel a little bit like, is this correct? Now, how you should feel about what you charge, we're gonna get to that in just a second. But before we do that, I want to tell you about an experiment. And it basically states that people were given 3 wines. So one wine, and they said one wine is, I think it was like $10. One wine was like $50, and the other wine was like $200. And they were asked, all right, how does each wine taste? Which wine tastes the best? And people said, yeah, the $10 wine, it's the worst, so it's third place. Second place was the $50 wine, and third place was the $200 wine. So first place was the $300 wine. Sorry for that. And people basically perceived the $200 wine better than the $10 wine. And let me tell you something, each wine was the fucking exact same wine. So there were no differences. The only thing that changed was that the instructors or whoever did these experiments told the participants that one wine was more expensive and the other wine was less expensive. And it's the same with your martial arts class. You could teach the same classes, but let's say with the same person, the same dojo, etc. Everything is the same. The only thing that changes is how much they charge. So one person charges $20 for their martial arts classes per month, and the other person charges $150 per month for their martial arts classes. You know what? The one who charges $150 per month is going to have better students. Their students are going to probably get better results because they would be more committed to it because they've paid more money for it. And their martial arts classes overall are just going to be perceived as better. I don't know what it is exactly, but when people see it's more expensive, they straight up think, all right, it should be worth more, it should be better, right? And it has like more this factor of like, well, like just state it for yourself. Like if you spend $150, like let's say you're like a quote unquote civilian normal person, nothing against that, of course, but hypothetically here, you spend $150 per month on a martial arts class, or only $20 per month. Of course, you're going to take the classes for $150 more serious because you're spending more money. Anyways, the next point I have basically for you is what I was just saying about what you should feel when you charge those classes. Now, I would tell you, yeah, charge a lot for your classes, but caveat to this is don't charge. So don't charge like $1,000 if you don't feel confident that you can actually deliver that, because what will then happen is that you will just not close anyone because you don't believe it's worth that much, and then you will just think that you're scamming people and your classes are priced too high, and then you're never ever going to make any sales. So have high prices, like charge a lot of money for your class, but don't charge more money than you feel confident charging, because otherwise, as I've said, you will just think that you will scam people, etc. And trust me, I didn't try this for a dojo, as I've said, I've never ran a dojo myself, but I've tried this for other business models as well already. It doesn't work. Trust me, you're just gonna sit there and it's not working. Just trust me. Don't charge more than you feel confident charging. And now you might ask yourself, or might ask me, Emil, how do I know what I feel confident charging? Well, just try it out. Like, just try to close someone and say to them, all right, well, our class are $1,000 per month. Are you confident then? Then charge $1,000 per month. Now, obviously, you have some real thinking here and some rational thinking, and just be like, this is really worth $1,000 per month. You get my point, right? Last point basically of this video, it's the most important one, to be honest, of this video, is that you should have no upsells, no downsells, no whatever people have setup fees, different memberships, whatever it is. Ideally, you only have one membership. Maybe you have like one membership for kids class and for adults classes, or you might experiment with this. But in general, the less membership and the less pricing options you have, the better, because the more predictability you have into your dojo. Let's say you only have, let's make two examples here. First example, you only have one membership for $50 per month. That's it. It doesn't matter if it's kids class, adults class, it's gonna cost $50 per month to train at your dojo. No setup fee. A uniform is extra, so a uniform would cost like $80, one-time payment, whatever. Or boxing gloves, whatever it is. This would be an extra payment. This is separate from this example, and you basically have one membership, $50 per month. People can leave or come back, uh, always for this price, but so there's no contracts involved, etc. Second example, you have 5 different offers. You have 5 different memberships for like, or you can have 2 classes per week, or you can have 5 classes per week, or like, I don't know, whatever it is people do these days. Or you get a uniform if you choose this offer as well. You have like 5 different offers, whatever it is, right? And then you have like contracts. Okay, but if you stay for 12 months at our school, then you're gonna get charged less, etc., etc. What the fuck are we talking about here? Literally, what the fuck is this? If you only have one offer, maybe for a kids class and adults classes might differentiate, all right, but you're gonna have so much more predictability when you spend money on ads. You know exactly how much you're gonna get back. I mean, you could also just run, like for this second example, you could run ads for one specific offer, but still, you get my point here. So, anyways, that's just a recap of this video, what we've learned. Um, Basically, the more you charge, the better your classes are going to be perceived from other people. Think about the experiment I gave you with wine just a second ago. Secondly, don't charge more than you feel confident charging. And thirdly, obviously, don't have 50 different offers. Just stick to one basic offer, one payment system, one everything, so to speak. But you get my point. If you want more students for your dojo, check out the first link in the description. Now it is a pitch. It's a video of me explaining how we can potentially get you a fuck ton of students. With that being said, subscribe, leave a like if you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. I love you. Take care.